Welcome back, everybody. What we'll begin doing is working towards our first 750 to 850 word essay, and we'll be building upon our work with those different literary devices that we've taken a look at. In this paper, we're going to apply it to poetry. So, what is the writing process? This is kind of a general outline. Pick any poem that you'd like to work with. If there was one in a discussion forum that, through the threaded discussions that you liked and you felt good about and you'd like to continue working with that, please do. Please do. If you've written about a poem with another paper and you want to continue working with it, that's fine too. Or if you'd like to choose a poem that you haven't worked with at all, that's fine too, whatever you want to do. So you want to go in, of course, follow the same general rules that we've been working with. Read the poem, focus upon the theme, and then go in and draft the theme. Remember, the theme is that controlling message of that poem. Then decide what literary device you'd like to work with. And this is an important question to ask yourself. How does blank, that literary device that you're working with, for example, if it's irony, how does irony contribute to the theme that you drafted out earlier? Then go back, reread the poem, highlight examples that support your thesis, and begin to annotate the poem. So what we're building here is we're building our pre-writing that will pull together, right, as we begin to draft the essay. And what you want to pay close attention to, you want to be sure to use signal words that alert the reader to that literary device. So for example, if you're writing about symbolism, we'll just use this as an example, right? So examples of signal words that should be sprinkled throughout your paper. Those be examples of signal words. Symbol, symbolic, symbolism, represent. Why is it important to use signal words? Without signal words, your audience is not going to know that literary device and how it is being used. So think about these signal words as seasoning, and your paper should be well seasoned. These should be found throughout your essay. Remember, you want to use quotes in support, but avoid having lengthy quotes. And always remember, revise, revise, revise. Just one turn of the wheel is not enough. You want to get in there and really polish it. Please remember, it's formatted correctly, Times New Roman 12, double space, no extra spacing. The header only goes on page 1. Sorry about that. And always remember to list the word count at the end. So let's take a look here at the example paper that I did. I chose to write about imagery in Dover Beach. With this being said, this is off limits because I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So you can't do this. Now notice my title here. What is my title doing? My title is alerting the reader to the essay's purpose. And what do we see here? Boom, my literary device. It's a good thing. So we can take a look here, start to break down what's going on inside of the paper. My first paragraph is going to be my introduction. Notice that the introduction here is a nice full paragraph. Please go in and name your poet as well as the poem, the literary device, define it. So I got to go in here and do that in pink, right? I'm going to underline that. Image is a word or sequence of words that refers to any sensory experience. Imagery is better thought of as the impression the many images create in the reader's mind. And then what we want to do, and with your thesis, and remember, what is that thesis going to be, right? Your thesis will be the literary device combined with how it contributes, develops the theme. So here's my thesis for Dover Beach, which is a really cool poem. The central message of Dover Beach, that even though the world seems to be peaceful, it is not, and is actually full of despair, is developed through light, dark motion, and auditory imagery. So I was able to take imagery and then break it down into 3 parts. With your literary device, you might be able to do that and come up with a 3-point thesis, or your thesis might be broader, just to incorporate the use of that literary device in building the theme. So be sure, right? So here's my theme. That's clearly stated. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to highlight in yellow signal words, right? So this is a good way to check those signal words being important. You can see it's in the title, and then there's my definition that's there. And then it's also in my thesis. Yes, off to a good start. Now it's time to go in and support my claim. So I have to prove this, prove my claim. Okay, so what do we see again? Signal word. Another signal word. I'm going to change colors here. Remember, quote from the poem there. That'll be in pink. There's another quote. We can continue working our way through. Another signal word. More quotes. More quotes, right? You'll see how those are really sprinkled heavily. Remember, think about it as seasoning. Those signal words, this should be a well-seasoned paper. Okay, so now let's just take a look at this first body paragraph, still working our way through it. And you can see that there's signal words, not just once, but sprinkled throughout, as well these quotes. Without all of these quotes, we're really not supporting our claim. And again, please remember, no lengthy quotes. You don't just want to drop a big chunk of the poem into your paper. Don't do that. So you'll notice I have lots of little pieces here going in. And again, remember, line numbers, line numbers. Let's continue. All right, so we're still working our way through. that first body paragraph and juggling highlighters here as I highlight signal words as well as quotes. Right, so it continues. Okay. More quotes. Back to a signal word. And I have to have the proof, right? Support my claim. I haven't forgotten my purpose in writing. There's my signal word. Time to work in some more proof. But again, notice short quotes. Short quotes. Continue to move through. I haven't forgotten my purpose in writing. More support. I keep going, keep going. I'm not done. I'm not done. Boom. So if we look at that body paragraph, just as with the first body paragraph, yes, lots of good seasoning. Signal words, quotes, but you'll notice here, discussion. Boom. What you think, right, about that poem and about the literary device and how the quotes bring everything together, you'll notice that's the most important thing. So don't leave yourself out of your essay. That's the most important thing. But we can continue into the third body paragraph. So we want to have 3 body paragraphs. All right. And then what do we see in the topic sentence? Just as with every topic sentence, signal word. But we're not done, right? We got to go in and we have to have our quotes. Purpose in writing. Another quote, and again, notice all these citations. You got to do this. Okay. Another quote. A purpose in writing. Another quote. Boom. Right? So again, we want to be sure that we have 3 body paragraphs. And again, each one of those body paragraphs is going to have lots of signal words. Lots of signal words. So like imagery, image, right? For me, you can write about whatever literary device you want to, and then be sure to use these quotes, and then lots of discussion. Then here I have my closing, my conclusion. So what should happen in my conclusion? What is it time to do? It's time to say goodbye. I want to summarize the essay. I want to restate but not repeat the thesis. And then always remember, no new ideas. Never start something new when you're ending a paper. And we can go through, right? So going through, providing summary. And then here's my restatement of my thesis, restatement of my theme, and those signal words are there as well. Remember, the target here is 750 to 850 words. That does include the header or the title. And there I'm right in the middle. I'm good to go. Boom, awesome. And we'll continue to take a look at what's next in your packet of documents in the next lecture.